I am here to finally talk about a sequel that I have been wanting to see ever since 2013. When the first Pacific Rim movie came out, I just enjoy that movie a whole bunch. I own it on Blu-ray. Guillermo del Toro directed that movie in the most fantastic way. Pacific Rim is a very enjoyable film. I was very excited for this movie. I didn't love the trailers. I really haven't seen any reviews for this movie. I walked in this movie just excited. Just give me an awesome action-packed movie. And you know what? I mean, the IMAX, they gave me this little card thing. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool, right? I just wish the movie was as good as this card. Damn it. Pacific Rim Uprising. I might look super tired, because I am. Because it is almost 2 in the morning right now, and I do have school in the morning. But I watched this movie late after watching another movie, and then once saw this in IMAX. And I've been sitting here for an hour trying to figure out what went wrong with Pacific Rim 2. And I don't know how to explain it, but in just my personal opinion, this struck me. I've been asking for Pacific Rim sequel ever since the first one came out. I really enjoyed the first movie. I don't know why. I really like the first one, guys. And to see this movie just turn into a big cartoon, just, oh my god. Okay. So basically the story is John Boyega plays this guy. He's the son of Idris Elba, and he does not want to be Idris Elba. He's just partying, having a blast. And then something happens where he gets caught and he's taken back into the government. He's like, hey, either go to jail or you can go train these trainees and become a sergeant again and run the Jaegers and become an awesome person again. And you know what? That can be cool. It can pull like a Kingsman kind of way. This movie did not do that. At all. Not at all. Okay. Let's get into this, guys. First, I'll start with a positive. First, John Boyega, he's a good actor. I mean, he really is. I mean, for what this movie is, he is a bright spot. I mean, this man can act. He can lead a movie. He can do whatever he can do. He is charismatic as F, and he's awesome. I love John Boyega. I really hope he does something great. I know he's Finn to everyone, but man, this movie does prove he can be a star. He can do other stuff. This movie does prove that. John Boyega was great in this role. I do have to admit. The little girl who's like 15 in this movie, who gets recruited with John Boyega, whatever, she was really good. She was a really good character, too. She had a really good background and why she was building these robots and why she wanted to fight. She had a good story. I enjoyed her character a lot. And yes, the Jaegers versus the big monsters. I thought, you know, they were cool. It had cool CGI, had cool little action scenes. I was like, that's cool. That's neat. I mean, you know, when they fight at the very freaking end of the movie, you know, because this movie is not Pacific Rim 1. It's not Jaegers versus the monsters throughout the movie. No, it happens at the very end of the movie, and you see it all in the trailers. And when the kaiju do show up, I mean, that's cool CGI, the sound is great, but there's something they do with the kaiju in this movie. They try to change it up. They do something with the kaiju that they didn't do in the first one. They do something different. It's a really cool idea. I won't lie. It's a cool idea what they're trying to do with the kaiju in this movie. It just didn't work out at all. And when you see the movie, you know exactly what I mean. Like, I mean exactly. What they do with the kaiju is just something, like, I mean, they could have made this really cool. It just didn't come out cool. And that is where I get into my biggest complaint. This almost made me walk out of the theater. I'm not kidding. When this scene happened, I literally, my jaw dropped. I was like, no. Are you kidding me? I almost walked out. It's what they do with Charlie Day. Charlie Day was in the first movie. He comes back in the second one. Him and the other scientist dude. And what they do with Charlie Day, oh my god. They really thought that was a good idea. My jaw literally dropped, and I almost wanted to walk out. That almost made me want to leave the movie. It ruined a lot of the movie. I absolutely hated what they did with Charlie Day. It was god awful. I don't want a third one because they totally try to set up a sequel at the very end of this movie. I'm like, no. Unless Guillermo comes back, then we'll get a third one. But I don't want anyone directing this because the directing this movie is boring. There's nothing interesting directing about this movie at all. The directing was just editing and cutting and just not as good as the first one. And one of the big things with the first one, when the Jaegers fight the kaiju, these robots, like, it feels huge. They feel like it's a big punch. Like, you feel it in the first movie. In this one, it felt like Transformers. Just flying around, robots hitting buildings, and monsters falling and collapsing. It just felt like Transformers. And the comedic timing in this movie, at times, were funny. But 85% of the time, ruined the movie. These jokes were so bad at times, I literally cringed at times. I can't believe these jokes, how bad they were. Most of the John Boyega jokes were funny, except there's a joke he keeps repeating throughout the entire movie about his looks that got super annoying to me. Just super annoying. And I can't even talk about Scott Eastwood. Man, he's supposed to be John Boyega's second-hand man in this movie. He was not interesting. Scott Eastwood was like a piece of wooden block of nothing in this movie. He had nothing to do in this movie. And they're supposed to have like a really good friend relationship in this movie. Nope, did not feel it at all. And oh my gosh, I can't even get into these trainees. These trainees, guys, that were the teenagers who are all being trained to become fighters and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wanted all of them to die. I hated every single one of them, except the girl. All of them, they all died. I wouldn't care. I would have clapped. And you know what? At the very end of this movie, there are a few smirks coming from me. That's all I'm going to say. But man, I hated the trainees. They just annoyed me. I did not like any of them except the girl. Every single one of them, they could have burned alive, and I would have enjoyed the movie a lot more if I would have saw that. This movie just angered me, and the action scenes were entertaining to watch. But my God, did they feel like a freaking cartoon in this movie. I really did hate this movie, guys. There's no way around it. I hated it. I mean, yes, John Boyega and the girl are good. Yes, the movie can have cool little moments, but that is not enough to, like, this should have been awesome. This should have been fun, awesome. I wasn't expecting an A+ movie. I was actually expecting a B- B movie. Entertaining, fun action, just like the first one was, with good character moments. That was not this. This was a freaking Saturday morning cartoon put on the big screen with a bigger budget, with dumb dialogue moments, dumb characters, a decision they made for Charlie Day that just made me almost walk out of the movie, guys. I want to spoil it so bad what they do. I will say this. It involves the song, I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. That part just, oh my God. God, I want to spoil it so bad, but I can't. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish the review. This review is going on way too long. Guys, Pacific Rim Uprising, besides it being a huge disappointment, it is really bad. Like, it is pretty bad. And I am going to give it a D-. It's pretty terrible. I'm giving it just a little bit just for John Boyega and the girl. I want them to do more movies, but God, was this movie bad. And that kills my heart because me, was always wanting a sequel. I say it all the time if I can. And we finally got one. And I am more than disappointed. I am disgusted of what we got. And it's very sad, guys. It's a very sad time right now. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.